Right, hello, my darlings. Back here with Eglantine, my flip-flop tall skinny. Set myself a challenge. I've never actually done a tall skinny quite like this before, so it was a bit of a challenge. Made with Ecos de la Nature papers by over at Rach and Bella Crafts. I'll give a link down below for those. And Eglantine, I decided to name her. It's a medieval, old world medieval name, meaning sort of something that's wild and fragrant, or sort of symbolic of the delicate strengths of nature. So she has a flip-flop journal, which means that she goes and goes and goes and goes, and then flips and keeps going, because there's two journals in one. So let's have a look. Since the last video, I haven't done a great deal. I've added bits and bobs to a few pages. And of course, I've added the topper on the front and a topper on the back, which I've just pulled from Rach's gorgeous kit. Added some stitching around these edges and inked them and just glued them down. And added that band underneath the back plate to be the closure. So, quick look, I made an ex libris card. I try to include one of these in every sort of muse book that I put together. And I am classing her as a muse book. She will have a bundle of goodies that will go with her. Not all the pockets have been filled. Ready for the new owner to discover and experiment. So there was the circles that we've done with the tucks behind. Some embossed folders, that tall skinny, and there's plenty of room now to add dangles and things on those, or snip them off. Those tall lace pockets. So no, I'm quite pleased with how she's come out, even though the tall and skinny was a really big challenge. We got some of that tracing paper folds to hold goodies in there. So no, she's quite textural. Like I said, there's on those rings from that sort of Venetian, I think it was called Venetian, or Austrian, I can't remember, the Roman blind kit banding. So, no, really pleased. Very textural, very different feel to her, and lots of little hiding places. And of course, you've got the writing board inside, hidden inside, that can come out and go behind a page for writing as the book fills up more and more and more. So, like for example, those can be pulled out. The writing board can go under, and that can be written on. Just pop the writing board back in because it is hidden inside the cover. So it slides away, out of the way. Flip it over. And, of course, this can just be tied there out of the way when you're working on the book. So I've made a Faith and Grits card to go in. I try to include one of those, and credited papers by Rach and Bella Crafts. And, of course, all the other papers and materials in here are from my stash of unwanted, unloved items. This is a belly band behind those circles. There's tall lace pockets. So no, quite pleased. Will I do another tall skinny? I don't know. I really don't know. There's a hidden one behind there. Maybe in the future, but not in my immediate future. So, and more top pockets on the back. And there we go. There is Eglantine. I'll show you a little bit of the goodies that will be going with her to serve as a muse book for the next owner's creativity. So, in this basket, started to tidy up the mess in the room. I've got bits and bobs, lace, some trims, some mini pegs, piece of antique lace, some paper flowers, some wooden buttons, some cloth, some ribbon flowers as well. So there's all sorts of bits and bobs, some wooden laser cuts, things like that in there to play with. I've also had some botanical die cuts that I went through and made. These are quite delicate, and the original plan was to try to glue them on the cover, but I ended up changing my mind. So there's some of those. A piece of old music paper will go in there. And then I've just got some offcuts from the kit, old book page, bits of that texture paste that I was playing with, some pianola roll. That's from a really old gardening book from the 1910s, I think. So some bits of that. There's a few little pockets that I didn't end up attaching that are already scored and ready to go. A few more bits of lace. So yeah, there's all sorts in here that can go along to the new owner to play with or discard, entirely up to them. So that's it for Eglantine for now. This will get bundled up into a nice little folio of some kind. And so there she is, Eglantine, ready to go off to her new home. So thank you all so very much for watching, and hope to see you back again soon. Bye for now.